9:07. Good luck this Christmas, Sharon. He holds the record for the most promotions as a football manager, never afraid to speak his mind and bury a few players. He's even become a bit of an internet sensation with his classic outbursts. I'm pleased to say join us now, legendary football manager Neil Warnock. Neil, good morning.
Morning, Neil.
Morning, Neil.
Yeah, good morning, lads. Good morning. Yeah, yeah, you do dig it out, you know, Alan. It's a long time ago. I'm matured since then.
It didn't take us long to find it, Neil. And the big question is, Neil, when was the last time you had a quiet Christmas at home?
Can't remember, if I'm honest. It's I'm looking forward to it. You know, like what you said earlier. I just listened to the last bit of programme, and you're talking about your daughters and that. And I went out with Amy yesterday shopping, and all afternoon, we had a lovely lunch, and you just don't do that. You don't get time for things like that in football. And I think Trevor mentioned it about the kids. It's really nice and special when you've got a bit of time with the kids, because you do neglect them, whether you like it or not. It's a 24-hour day job, isn't it?
So, Neil, well, just a little bit more Christmas then. I'm dying to get your opinion. I must admit, I was getting a bit angry at the first hour of the programme about some of our foreign friends, our foreign managers, complaining about the festive, the games thick and fast. It's wrong, players' welfare, even talking about strike, but we'll come to that. Just on Christmas Day, will you help cook any of the Christmas dinner? Will you actually cook the turkey, or what's your participation like on Christmas morning?
Well, Sharon does everything, really. I mean, Sharon does.
I'm disappointed,
Neil. Let me finish, lads. Okay. She does everything, preparation, everything. If I went in her kitchen when she were cooking, she'd go absolutely late. She would absolutely destroy me. So I keep out of her way. But what I do is I do carve like you, Alan. And then I do pick the pots up after and take them in and wash them, or William. He puts them in dishwasher, but I like to wash them. I don't like dishwashers. So, we do that, and Sharon will do that. But it's, I don't peel the spuds, even though I do that sometimes. Raymond, Trevor, whoever it was, that said to peel the spuds. No, I just can't. I like carving, if I'm honest. But I'm not a turkey man, Alan, if I'm honest. I love the chicken, the skin on the chicken when it's crispy. So we have 2 large chickens.
That's interesting, Neil. Neil, just a quick one. When you was manager, did you have a routine over the Christmas period where, players would come in the morning train and let them go home and hotel? How did you deal with...
Never, Ray. I always gave them Christmas Day off.
Oh, right,
Whatever the situation was. And if you look back at my record, it went bad, really, overall. I mean, you're going to get criticised if you lose on Boxing Day and you give them day off. But you've got lads travelling in 2 hours and 2 hours back just to do a warm-up and, a few big things on the internet. So we did everything the day before, and I trusted them. I used to say to them, look, you know how important it is. I'm trusting you to be with your family rather than on the motorway, some of you. And you've got to repay that by, playing for me on Boxing Day. And I don't think I ever got let down, really.
Brilliant.
Just in more recent times, Neil, have you asked the lads to do stuff like on an app where they'll do a 4 or 5K run and then just post that into the sports science guys and the physios and that? Or have you always just trusted them and let them have the day off with the family?
No, trusted them, but they do the app with the fitness guy, So we know they've done something, Trev, and we know they've done something in that area. But I'd rather them do it at home where they're not. Because I think it tires them out more driving into work and driving back and then having to go through it with all the kids. I always thought it was a lot easier for them to go and have the run. And nowadays most lads are good professionals now, and they do that. The
Trev, what do you mean you post them in on the app? What does that mean?
Well, basically, you do a run. You'll have like a phone with you, and it'll record the distance you do, the speed, the average tempo, the heart rate, and all the rest of it. And you can just post that in. We do it with our lads when we're off for Christmas, or over lockdowns we had little competitions just to try and get the boys competitive and keep them keen while we couldn't come in and train over lockdown. But what I was going to say is, we had a bit of a laugh at the top of the show with you, Neil, and we let the listeners listen to a few of your rants and bits and bobs.
Yeah.
You said that you've calmed down on a few of them from a while back. Have you calmed down because players have changed, or has it been a little bit of both? You've calmed down just because you've become more elderly and more mature, or is it more to do with the players?
I'm saying it, Trev, because I know now not to let people record stuff. So whenever I rant, I make sure there's no phones on or anything. I've just got a bit cleverer.
Ray,
I've got to ask you, Neil, as well.
Ray, I've got you an app. I've got you your Christmas gift, Ray. It's an app on your phone. You put it on your arm when you go on the roads, and it suddenly says, "That's enough, Ray. That's enough, Ray. Taxi for Parlour."
We all need them. I'll
give it to someone else to run man the block for 5k. That's what I would do. But Neil, just a quick one. What are you like with the presents? Are you the man who goes out and buys them, and do you leave it to the last minute? Would you have got all your presents now?
I usually go out today.
Oh, do you?
I'm honest with you. I usually do, but I don't. I'm not now. When I'm not being in a job. So Sharon does all the basic, because Sharon, she sees things, early December onwards. I'll get that for him. I'll get that for him. So they've always got loads. But I went out the other day, and they did a bit yesterday with Amy, where I go and buy, because I don't know about you. I want surprises. I want to give them surprises. I don't want them to know what they're having or. Me. So I always go and make sure I buy everybody a surprise for Christmas Day.
Very nice.
Neil, Pep, talking about players striking welfare, Rafa not happy. With the greatest respect, they're talking about television. This is Rafa, the TV monies they dictate. Well, I'm sorry. That's why the game entices the best players in the world. That's why, the money, the football, we big it up, and that's why the league is the most exciting in the world. So you can't have it both ways. I don't like people messing about with tradition, because without the supporters, we don't have our special Premier League Championship, etc., etc. The fans love the tradition. I love the tradition, and I wish they'd butt out and get on with it, especially when they've got like 25 internationals in the squad.
But it does. You know what I'm like. It does my head in. You come to England, you know what England's like. You can't just pick the part that you love. You like picking your wages up. So surely the part of the tradition in England is to play 3 games over that 7-day period, and that's not going to change. It's how we are. I'm going to a non-league game on Boxing Day because I love going out on Boxing Day. I think to myself, when I look at all the moaning in the papers and things, especially Rafa, you know what I'm like with Rafa. When he played his weakened team, his reserves against Fulham, and we got relegated all them years ago. He's not moaning then. He's got a big enough squad to play players, and he had young uns of the night that played well at Chelsea. So I think it's all hot air. All hot air. I think it's just... I was interested to see... I thought about Ray when Pep left those 2 lads out when they weren't so good.
Grealish and Foden, yeah.
I don't know. Ray'd never be playing, would it?
He's gone for you there.
Every day, Ray.
Boris Johnson, watch your back. Neil Warnock for PM. 9:15.